Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Someone wrote in and wanted to know if there was ever a time in my life that I did not believe in the existence of God. Um, I don't believe that I ever remember a time that I doubted God's existence. I remember having times in my life when I was angry with God because my life certainly wasn't going in the direction I had hoped it would. I know when my son Bill was born with severe congenital heart disease, I questioned God and I was very angry with God. And then, after I settled into my new normal, which is having a son with congenital heart disease, after I settled into the new normal, it became, why not me? Why everybody else and not me? This was something that I had to deal with, and I had to lead by example. And, I am one of the ones, my husband and I feel truly blessed to understand that Billy was born this way for a higher calling. I've shared with you before that we had a nonprofit. We brought children in from other countries who were suffering from congenital heart disease. Billy was 19 years old when we started this nonprofit. And we started it just by a fluke connection on the internet I had 2 o'clock in the morning with a man in China whose child was sent home to die. And I was determined to help him and bring this child over. And this child that came over was the first child ever allowed out of mainland China. So it became international news. And Gloria's Place of Hope was born. We opened the doors in 1996 and it went on till 2003. After the towers fell, it became very, very difficult to get funding any longer. I had a wonderful, wonderful gentleman named Charles Wong who gave me the ability to bring as many children over as I needed to financially. He gave me all the support that I needed for myself and these children. He was a true saint to me. Talk about a living angel. He certainly was, and he never said just stick with the Chinese children because he himself was Chinese. He said, Gloria, you help as many children as you can wherever you can. If they need help, you bring them over. So he gave me, the privilege of doing this. And he never took any credit or thanks for it himself. And if you ask me what's the one thing I really regret in all those years that we ran the nonprofit, Ralph and I, it's that I never had an opportunity to sit with Charles Wong in person and thank him myself. But he is a great man. He is a good man. And I will always be eternally grateful, as will the 244 children from 17 countries that we were able to help. So to get back on track, because again I went off track a little bit, but it was necessary to explain how this all came to be. Because Billy was born the way he was, we were able to help 244 children from 17 countries. I would not have been on the internet in the middle of the night seeking someone Billy's age, 19 years old or around that age, that he could talk with that had a similar heart defect as he, and that's what I was looking for when I found this father from China whose baby was only 6 months old at the time and was sent home to die in China. So, I believe that everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. Certainly, God led our paths to each other that evening, and the child now is grown and in college and healthy and happy, and it's all thanks to God, and thanks to Charles Wong. Again, there have been times when I have been angry with God, and then I feel ashamed after because the story I just shared uh, uh, helped me to understand why God allowed Billy to be born the way he was. But I have never doubted his existence because I see God everywhere. In the very simple things in life, I see God as well as the most difficult times in life. That's just who I am, and I have a firm belief and knowledge. I know without a shadow of a doubt that there is a God and there is a beautiful place where we all will go and meet again. So I hope that answers your question. And as always, I leave you in God's love and light.